Hi, FPL managers, guys. Finally, we have some Premier League football. We can't wait, guys. It's barely 48 hours to the deadline right now at the time of recording this video. So, guys, I'm gonna be taking you through my team, what it's looking like right now, and I'll also be touching on certain things that might be a worry for FPL managers this game week. Especially those people that might be playing a wild card. There's not much injury worries this international window, so that's a good news. That's something we should all be happy about. And I'm going to talk about a few players that seem to be an injury worry for the time frame of the season right now. And further down the video, I'll be talking about my team. The team has been through a lot. We've taken a few hits already just to have a decent team for the next coming game week. And of course, guys, my cheap strategy for the season is a lot clearer now. I'm gonna talk about that in the video as well, so you want to hang around, you want to stick with me in the video. Of course, I've still got a bench boost, I've got a white card, and I've got a triple captain still to use. I believe at the time I played these chips, I would be climbing back up in the ranking. And yeah, that's the plan, guys. So you want to hang around. If you're new around here, please give us a subscribe and just kindly leave a like or comments in the comment section. And yeah, let's engage, guys. So yeah, on to the next phase in the video, guys. Thank you. Hi guys, thanks for hanging on to this point in the video. So guys, just before I go about talking about my team points review for the game week 7, I'm gonna just quickly touch around certain things we need to know about game week 8. So right now, the current most transferred in player must be Antoine Semenyo, I believe. Of course, he is the most transferred in player for good reasons as well, because he's currently the most consistent FPL assets. He's actually having the form that Mohamed Salah had last season. Fixture proof, score, bank points, returns against anyone. And yeah, guys, I'm not shocked that Watermed is the next most purchased player, because obviously his fixture run is turning for the best. They play Brighton, they play Fulham, and of course they have West Ham, Brentford. Those 4 run of games are so good that I think a lot of us should start investing in the Newcastle team, not just the attack but also the defense. Of course, Erling Haaland is still up there. A lot of people still trying to make their way to bring in Haaland into their team, and a lot of white cards are activated, of course, this game week as well. Last game week was almost 500,000 white cards played, which is quite enormous for a game week 7 where there's really nothing special to look forward to in the coming week, in my opinion, except you're looking to probably triple captain a player or play a bench boost in this game week 8. I really don't see why a lot of people activated the wild card. Like I say, guys, my strategy is a bit different, and I really can't wait to see myself gaining rank and see this coming to fruition, guys. The plan coming to fruition. So I must transfer that player, obviously Mohamed Salah. That it's actually a positive one for me, because I'm still holding on to Salah in my team, and the more people transfer out Salah, I think that just gives me a stronger differential player to have in my team. And of course, a lot of people kicking out Gyökeres. I don't understand why. The Arsenal fixtures are nice. Maybe people are investing in other players we don't know, probably other Arsenal assets, or people not just convinced in Gyökeres as an attacking option. So anyway, guys, my rank at the moment is 5.7 million, not the best. I'm looking to change that in the next coming game weeks, and I'm going to talk about my cheap strategy. So now let's just quickly go over to my team points from last game week. So it wasn't the best of game week. I had 49 points, not enough to even beat the average score, but we move on. So in goal, I brought in Raya for -4. Obviously, he gave us a clean sheet point, so that covered the -4 directly. Of course, Senesi is the other player that indeed made the -4. I couldn't avoid it. I had to just take it because I expected more, but not like I have got hope on Senesi giving me points that game week, but I've got hope for his next coming run of games, obviously. And of course, guys, he's a DEFCON monster. I think everyone should look at Hennessy, a player like Anderson, even at the rate of Sunderland. So yeah, Senesi, Kanza, only Pedro Porro and Raya coming through with points in the defense. In the midfield is an all blank except for Ndiaye, who delivered. I think he got what? He got a goal. That's good, with a yellow card, of course. But still a good hold, decent pick. I think we should have him in our teams. Right now, guys, my plan is to get rid of this fella out of my team. Xavi Simons is a very disappointing FPL pick in my opinion. I think a lot of managers should think twice if they want to invest in Xavi Simons, because he's really not the most exciting FPL pick in my opinion, guys. He doesn't shoot. He's not the strongest player. Talking about the Premier League terms, he's not the strongest of footballers. So I really don't see much upside coming from him. Of course, a player I brought in 2 game weeks ago, also for a hit, Erling Haaland, delivering again as captain for the game week, 8-pointer. So that was a decent one, I'd say, as long as the captain doesn't blank. And on the bench is Diouf for yet another game week. Not returning for the first time in a while. I think he's got 5 returns in 7, so another game week that he didn't return, but I'm quite positive that this fella is a solid FPL pick. And guys, don't sleep on him if you don't have him in your team. And moving on now to my game week 8 team and my transfer thoughts and plans around the team. So guys, it's pretty much the same template team, but guys, like I mentioned earlier, if I did mention here already, I'm not sure. I'm looking to get rid of Xavi Simons from my team. He's not the most exciting FPL assets. So guys, that's the only plan I've got. So in goal, I've got Raya. I do like the Arsenal fixtures, guys. I'm quite positive he is gonna come through. At least he already done 1 game week with 6 points for me. I've had him 1 game week and he's already come through. So guys, I'm quite positive for the forthcoming game weeks. Fulham, Crystal Palace may be a bit iffy about that, not too sure, but yeah, Burnley, Sunderland, those are good fixture runs to come, and who knows, I might just double up on my Arsenal defense as at that time in the season. And in my defense, obviously no better options, so I have to start Senesi, and I've got Senesi playing Crystal Palace. I don't think it's the worst of fixtures, especially if both sides don't score. I'll benefit off that. And then I've got Diouf. Of course, his attacking threat is too enormous to ignore against the Brentford side that's quite fragile defensively. I do like Pedro Porro for this game week. We all know how vulnerable Aston Villa are, and Pedro Porro, of course, the attacking asset, the attacking return that he gets when he's on his A game. I can't just ignore that. And guys, moving over to the midfield, I've got my captaincy on Mohamed Salah. Not 100% sure I would really do this to the end of the season, but I'm still quite convinced it's something I want to do, and it's one of the reasons I've held on to Salah up until this point in my team. And guys, I'm really hoping he starts to deliver. I mean, I've had him for the last 3 game weeks since managers have decided that they don't want Mo Salah in their teams. And yes, the fixture runs are not the brightest, but Man United, I fancy Liverpool, and I fancy Salah in that game. I fancy Salah against Brentford, of course, but I do fancy Liverpool in that game as well. So the next 3 games, I think, is a good hold, and of course he is a nice differential player to have. And now to the player I think I want to transfer out of my team. I might just even make this transfer right here on the video, and also the players I've got in mind to bring in for a replacement for Xavi Simons right now is Ismaila Sarr. I like his run of games to come. So Ismaila Sarr on my mind. I don't have the team budget to bring in Semenyo, which is a bit funny, but I think I missed out on the window to bring in Semenyo the week I brought in Xavi Simons. So to the attack, I have João Pedro playing Nottingham Forest away. I think if there's any Chelsea attacking asset to return points, João Pedro just has to be in the thick of things. I don't know why he's blanked in the last maybe 2 game weeks, if I'm right. Let me see that. Yeah, he blanked in the last 3 game weeks, and so I'm hoping he changes that for himself and for us FPL managers. Obviously, Erling Haaland playing Everton. Guys, we know when it's Everton day, they can actually keep a clean sheet, and it doesn't matter who they're playing against, be it Abedi Pele or the great Pele or Maradona, they can keep a clean sheet. So guys, I'm backing I'm not backing Haaland with the captaincy. He's my vice captain. Could still be end up being the game with captain, but I'm happy to go with the choice of Mo Salah as a differential captain. I mean, why did I take a hit the last 2 game weeks just to have Haaland in the team and have Senesi and still keep Salah in the team if I'm not gonna captain him in a game week like this. And of course, the history is there. Salah lost Man United. I'm gonna take the risk, guys. On the bench is Dubravka, Dewsbury Hall. I've got Esteve and I've got Konza playing Tottenham away, Esteve playing Leeds at home. Guys, there's an argument that I could play Esteve, maybe even play Dubravka, because there's a track record of only keeping clean sheets, you know, against the teams they got promoted with. You know, back in the lower division, they used to have a clean sheet record at home, whereby they kept a clean sheet for a while against opponents. So I think that might still come into play, especially Leeds playing Burnley. They are both promoted teams. There's a bit of pride in that kind of a game. So, and I think it's one to watch, and I'm invested in both teams. I could probably bring in Esteve for maybe a Jorginho, you know, play 4-3-3, but obviously Xavi will be out of the team. Xavi might be Ismail Assar or Semenyo. So guys, there, like I mentioned, that would just be the plan. So I'm gonna take you to my FPL.team website, and we can see more on team plans, fixtures, and yeah, just for those of you that might want to play a white card this game week. So I do fancy certain teams and their fixtures. For example, Arsenal playing Fulham, Crystal Palace, Burnley is a team you should target if you're on a white card this game week. So maybe we should just go over to the FPL.team website, guys. Alright guys, I think this is a bit more comprehensive in your screens. There's got almost all the teams compressed together on the screen. So guys, Arsenal playing Fulham, Crystal Palace, Burnley, Sunderland. I do think they're a team you should target on the white card. And if you're looking for a one game week team to target, I think Burnley are that team to target. Go for their attacking players. Anthony Gordon was his name again. Sorry, not Anthony Gordon, the other guy, the Anthony guy, the striker. I think we could have that player in our team. We could also look at the Leeds United player. It's like Calvert-Lewin. If you like Longstaff, it's not the most exciting pick, but yeah, if you like Okafor, another decent pick from Leeds. And guys, another team with a decent fixture run, especially if you are on a white card after Arsenal, I'll say get yourself Newcastle players in your team. You do not want to sleep on the Newcastle run of games, and of course they are a team with character. They've kept a few clean sheets when we didn't expect them to. So I think people should really invest in Newcastle. Another team to consider, and yeah, maybe a few Newcastle assets you might want to look at: Anthony Gordon, Watermaid. To an extent, I like Elanga. Jacob Murphy's minutes is not so nailed on. I don't know why, but when it does look nailed on, I think we should get him in our team. Probably people won't like to hear these, but I like Western players as a punt in your team. Squeeze in Jared Bowen somewhere there, or Lucas Paqueta, because obviously he's on penalty. So guys, this might not come handy for everyone else, but it is a very decent way to play on a white card. I think get your Lucas Paqueta in there. He's on penalties. You could squeeze in a Jared Bowen. Their fixture runs are so good. They're playing Brentford, they're playing Leeds. Okay, Newcastle will be tough one there, but Burnley. And guys, if there's anything to consider, West Ham have scored in their previous matches running onto this point. So, and they were quite tight and tough games as well. Another team I like their fixture run of games is Chelsea. The only reason I really don't ever tick Chelsea as a team to target is because of the rotation risk, and yeah, they've got a bit of injury worries here and there. So that's one reason I really don't always mention Chelsea players. But yeah, a man like Enciso, Saicedo in the midfield, those are solid picks if you're looking for a cheap and a short minutes sort of player. I think you can go for Saicedo or Enzo. So I think Enzo, my personal favorite. If I want to go cheap midfield option, I think I'll go Enzo. His minutes should be nailed on and safe until Cole Palmer comes back into the team. And guys, if you like to squeeze in Liverpool players here and there, that would be good, because the fixture run is not the worst. It's gonna get better for Liverpool in a little while. For someone like me who's held on to Mo Salah, I'm still happy to do that. And of course, we would probably be the ones to gain on his price rise when he starts to climb up again. So that's it on the teams to target on the wildcard, guys. I will now take you all to my team, and yeah, we can make a plan together. So guys, this is my team on the FPL the team website. I'm looking at taking out Xavi Simons, bringing in Ismail Assar. So guys, that immediately boosts our expected points return to 52.7, if you can see it up on your screen. So yeah, and with 0.5 million left in the bank, I do like this move, and I might just be playing Diouf instead of Konza, because I think Konza is going to concede against Spurs. Spurs are high flying right now, so I wouldn't want to take that risk. So it's going to be a switch between Konza and of course Diouf. There we go, and that goes up to 54.5, guys. So you could actually get onto this website. I'm not marketing them, but I just like the fact that I can see predictions, like when I make changes, the positivity that could come through such changes. So yeah guys, that's it. My first substitution, I'm gonna make that Dewsbury Hall. And guys, there's another thing I'm considering playing Esteve. But people be like, if you have Calvert-Lewin, why playing Esteve? So guys, I really don't mind. I always play my FPL this way. I don't mind playing an Esteve, hoping for a DEFCON return of points, not necessarily a clean sheet. And I don't mind playing a Calvert-Lewin against him, hoping Calvert-Lewin scores. But I wouldn't be doing that, but it's something that I do fancy, because guys, right now Jorginho's minutes is not the most assured either. So, and look at what that brings. That brings us to 57.8 expected points for game week 8, guys. So this might just be the move I make. Play a 4-3-3, Raya in goal, Senesi, Diouf, Pedro Porro, Esteve. Of course, it's quite high because the captaincy is on Erling Haaland. I know it might go down. It will go down when I do switch it to Mo Salah. So it's gone up to 55.4 because this AI is expecting, or this website is expecting Haaland to do better than Salah. But guys, we know it's football. It's settled after 90 minutes. So we're not gonna, just stick with whatever a computer is saying to our ears or in our eyes. So guys, I do like to play a 4-3-3. I do fancy Esteve ahead of Jorginho. The only other reason I think Jorginho might just make it into my team is because right now Mitoma is injured, so that gives him an opportunity to start in this team for Brighton for the game week. So guys, that's my plan and that's my team setup. I might just make Xavi go and become Ismail Assar, like I mentioned already, and I might look to bring in Esteve into the starting lineup just for the possibility of whatever happens, to get those points and not miss out on them. So guys, tell me what you think about my team. Is this decent? So I'm gonna also let me, what else am I missing out on? So I've talked about my captaincy for the game week. I think I'm gonna stick with Mo Salah, and yep, injuries for the season. I think there is really an upside for Arsenal, guys, because right now there is a worry for the Fulham players. There's news about both Muniz and Raul Jimenez being out. So I think this is really good for Arsenal players and the coach and us FPL managers, because it's an opportunity for them to actually keep clean sheets or something like that. So guys, if you want to go double on the Arsenal defense, I'll say do it. Don't think twice, don't look back. So yep, not much to really worry about, because the premium FPL assets, in my opinion, are not injured. They are all fit. So I'll say not much to worry about. And guys, if you got questions about your team and if I'm missing out anything in the video, let me know in the comment section. I'm happy to engage with you, my viewers. And guys, if you're new around here, kindly hit the subscribe button, give us a like at the end of the video. We appreciate it and hope to see you all next time, and I'll keep the videos coming on a weekly. See you all next time. Take care.